I've got this stock picture of like a section cut through the ground. It's just a texture and I want to use that in my drawing, but I want it to be longer. So I'm using the crop tool, which is this one, and I'm just pulling it out to the side. You can see that I've got background. Oh, I can unlock my background here. And I want this to be clear, so I'm going to use the wand tool. That's this guy. And I'm just going to select this. See how it selected all of this white area here? And I'm just going to delete it. So now I've got a clear background. I'm going to hit Command D to deselect that. It's really hard when you've got that selection tool engaged. And I'm going to use what's called the clone stamp, this guy. And it's pretty small right now, but I'm going to increase it so I can come up here and just increase it. I want it to be pretty big. That's not, there we go. That's pretty good. So I'm happy with that. It's going to tell me that I couldn't use it. I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to hit Option, and it will give me this like camera lens. And I'm just going to click and then release both of them. And you can see now it's going to let me start to have this ability to mimic what's happening on this other side. And I'm just clicking and dragging, and it's kind of uneven, but that's okay. I think for my purposes, I'm going to cut it off anyway. And this is all just on one layer. And then I'm going to use this Band-Aid tool to kind of clean up where the section where it, looks a little goofy because I'm just repeating it. So we'll just do some cleanup on that. And then I want it to be just a little bit darker. So I'm going to go up here to Image Adjustments. And I'm going to hit Brightness Contrast. And it's going to give me this little box. And I'm going to, yeah, it's pretty good. And then I also maybe want to image adjustments. You can play around with the levels, the curves. I like the curve one because it really gives you a lot of control, but you can, add a point here and start to bring it down. Point here, see how I got redder. So that's like if I wanted to spend some real time on it. But I'm happy with this as is. I'm just gonna Command A and it selected everything, and then Command C. And then 4. This is the action. Oh, and it pulled in some numbers. I might have to redo that one, but just for our purposes, I think this is okay. I'm going to hit Command V, and you can see it's right about, there we go. And I'm going to drag it below, and I'm going to use the marquee tool here, this one, to get rid of the excess on top. And drag it around. And I want to make sure that I'm on my layer. And good practice would be to name your layers. So I should probably name this dirt. And then this can be section render or rendered or whatever you want to call it. And then I also want to pull in some water. So I can either do that with an image, or I'm going to use a paint bucket for this. So I just double clicked on the color picker. This should look familiar to you because we just did this in Illustrator. So a lot of these tools are going to be the same. They're going to look the same, but they're going to have different functions. And I know that the water kind of drops off this way. I'm going to kind of guesstimate it because this is just a tool for us to share at this point. This is intended to be kind of that might be too much. So I'm using this lasso tool, and this one lets you draw freehand. So I'm just clicking and drawing, which it'll give you kind of a weird shape. You can get more control with this polygon lasso tool. The other thing that you can use is the pen tool, and I can show you that in just a second, but for our purposes today, I'm gonna zoom in here. And you can zoom in using Command plus or Command minus. And I just realized that I'm on the section layer, so I'm going to do this on a new layer. And I don't want to select the one that just came up. So I'm going to use this, and it does start to drop away. So I'm just going to gradually a little bit here and there. And then I'm gonna do it all the way out to the end and see how it lets me kind of pull this around. I'm gonna hit shift and that'll kind of like give me a straight edge. And then I'm gonna come up and it pops up with that little O. That means that I'm closing it. But I just realized that it's feathered. So let me show you what that means. I'm gonna do my paint bucket and see how that like kind of has a fuzzy edge. I don't really want that. I want something that's more smooth. So I'm gonna just delete this layer. I'm going to change the feathering on the lasso tool. And I'm just doing this the other direction right now. And if change the feathering, that worked last time. There. Now we have something to color. And I'm gonna hit B for bucket, or I'm sorry, G for bucket in this one. And then now we've got water. And if I was gonna put more time into this, I might, do sand under the, oh, it's on the dirt layer. Let's undo that. Next layer. Right, the color is right. We got the bucket. And now I want to move this dirt over. I would put sand in there if that was something that that was important to me, but right now I'm just like time is of the essence. I just need to get this drawing done. And then I want to put the sky in here too. Command A will get selected, or you can do it with the marquee. Command C. We don't need this anymore. Sure. Um, and then now we have a sky, and we pop the sky right in here. Actually, let me pull this over here. So I'm hitting shift because if I just pull it, it scales it in. Um, so if I pull this out, it'll scale it proportionately. If I hit shift, it'll allow me to kind of maneuver it how I like it. So I'm going to Command V and pop this sky in here. And I want it to look the same as the other sky. So I'm going to do the same opacity. I think we did 40 on that one. And then I'm going to move it behind. And I'm going to crop this drawing too. And you can zoom out and zoom in. I like to zoom in when I'm working on something and zoom out when I'm done with it.